Good evening. What I'd like to get over you today is the importance of the letter of the Hebrew language, resh. It counts for 200, and I have found a way to figure out why it counts for 200. Okay, I do not have the answer with me today, but the resh is the letter R in English, right? When you do the letter R in English, you get up this design right here, okay? That's the resh. It creates the beta cassette and the VHR cassette. Then we move over. This is the same thing. This is the design. Okay, I just bubbled it up. The V in the center, hold on, can you see this again? The V in the center would be for 5. The one on the left is 1. So you've got in Roman numerals, 5 minus 1, you have 4. Then you have the center again, okay, 5, and the one on the right is 6. So you have 4 angel and 6 man. That's what that design comes out to be. Then, I'm trying to keep up to you, you have the one with the X, okay, over there. Now, I haven't finished figuring that one out, but those digitals you see, okay, okay, I'm going to try and show you to them again. The dots you see, they're 8. 8, X, 8. 88. That's man, 4 and 6, as you saw in the previous one. The letter R creates a multitude of boards. Okay, this is what the Magen looks like as a star. Okay, what actually happened to create this star in this fashion? You see the little dots in the center? Well, if you look in the dice, all these are aces. Okay, when a galaxy creates, the center usually has a hole in it. That is the hole. Now there's 16 galaxies there, okay, and they're all going over each other. All those lines you see are the tails of the galaxies extending. When these galaxies extend, they touch each other. In this design, they create the letter resh. 36 times they create the letter resh. Now both worlds are in here, okay, the world of heaven of ours. That would mean Chai, 18 in one world and 18 in the other world. It also has a total of the letter resh of 7,200. I don't know what 7,200 is. I do know that 7 is God and 2 or 20 is the beta God who created from the heavens. The 200 is the omega. She is produced and she has stopped producing. Also in another picture, if I can show this again, okay, this one with the X, okay, it's holding on to both sides. You see, that would be both sides of alpha omega. Why is it both sides of alpha omega? You see, before the time clock starts off, when you play a game, right, it's not on. You have the 2 dots of the digital. Then the game starts. When time runs out, it goes after the 2 dots of the digital. Therefore, the X-man, I'll show you again, he's holding on to time. The X is us, he's holding on to time of 88. 88. Heaven and heaven on earth. 88. If you add the 3 for creation, well, now you get 91. 91, if you add them all up, it's the spirit. Okay? The 3 is the mother of all creation. It's the way we came down to earth. It was the 3 births, the 2 births that brought us down here. And you can see that on the 5 card, but it'll show you the 1 ace. You can see it on the 3 card. You can see it on the 5. You can see it on the 7, 8, 9, 10. But you can't see it on the 4 and 6. 4 is angel, 6 is man. They didn't give birth to anything, so they don't have a dot on their card in the center. The Magen David, as I said in the previous cassette, some astrologist must have seen the light that was left over, that was shimmering in the sky, seeing the Magen David. The Magen David is the way down here. It's the way the spiral spun and pushed us all the way where we are. They connected the 2 universes together. The fleur-de-lis is either the tap to let us back up, or it's the lock nut. to hold the two universes together. I've studied this. I think the King of Clubs has one, and they call the Jack of Spades a nav. Chris the Bird, they put 59,000 souls on the line. 5-9, Spirit of Birth, Spirit Angel of Birth, excuse me. This design also shows a number of 60, what is it again? 64 sevens. In this design there are 64 sevens. Okay, 6 man, 4 spirit, 7 God. 4, 6, 7. Okay, no angel spirit in there, okay? This is just the way they are, plain. You want to put a spirit to the 6? No problem, put a spirit to the 6. You make them 7 like God, because when man has spirit, God has spirit, they're both the same. But they're both the same in their kinds of worlds. Okay? The Magen David, some person, not even a Jew, because before time, there really wasn't any religion. I mean, I can't see it, unless you call the game Jew, Jewel, Jewel. We're playing for the jewels. And I wish to win. Jewish, Jewish. I know I'm close. I never miss. Thanks to the Lord. Whatever I try to make, if I can't finish it, it means I did it wrong to start with. Maybe it means I should have just started it to start with. The Magen David, they found it. Some guy found it. Inside were initials and letters, and it was a star. Okay? And he gave it a name. Therefore, anybody who followed that star became the Jewish. So it was the Hebrew who followed the stars. The Hebrew became the Jews. Ibu, owl, the night owl, howling down the highway, the one who watches out for all. You see, Hebrew and Jew was not one. How do I know this? If I believe it, it's because God gave it to me to believe. And that's how I know it. Alone I know nothing at all. And everything I've done you can wash off your plate. But without the Lord standing behind me for some reason, Hebrew, Ibu, the owl, in the game of the jewel. Or maybe they should call it the jewel thief. With man with no heart. So he took a club, he knocked someone over the head, they took a spade and they went out to dig a hole to bury him. The spade, the club, the diamond. The diamond was in the rough. So who saw it first? Was it the guy with the spade or the guy with the club? If it was the guy with the club, he knocked out the spade, he buried him, found the diamond in the rough. The whole thing is, it was a heart. It was us. It was man's ass. Man's ass in the ground again. Wasn't a diamond at all. You see, the diamonds and the hearts, they play tricks together. Once one turns over one way and the other turns over the other way, because they're both red, the points are all the same. Once you get poked or pricked or pronged, you're done. And then again, when the bee does it, it resuscitates life and it gives life to others and it goes on. God wants us to find the rules, the regulations, the understanding. I put it together. I know that Magen David also turns into the tic-tac-toe board, and it shows, okay, I just want to show you again in this board. In the four corners, there's absolutely nothing. Well, that has to do with our clock. 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to connect them? Well, it's 11. 1 and 1, 11. And if you want to connect them this way, then it's 11 again. You know, so you always have 11, 11. There's 16 in here. Okay, 16 squares. I didn't count how many reshes total. My count was 36 before. There could be more, but 36 seems to be the number. Chai 18. The reason for Chai 18 is because there are 18 reshes inside the Magen David. Hidden in the Magen David is a resh. And you have, of the two worlds, you have 36 Magen Davids. 3 creation, 6 man. This star tells it all, my friends. This star shows you everything you need to see. If you can notice over here, where is it? Follow the pen, follow it. Right here. Right here. That's the fleur-de-lis. Right. Where am I? Can't even find it. The fleur-de-lis is here. Right where my finger is. That's the fleur-de-lis 1. Then there's the fleur-de-lis on the top. Then there's the fleur-de-lis on the left. And the fleur-de-lis on the right. There are 4 fleur-de-lis in there. Okay? And there's 2, 4, and there's 6 of man. I can't explain it right now because I can't see the other side of the paper. That Magen David is not only that, but when it gets into the tic-tac-toe board, I don't know if I darkened this out enough. You see the lines, the blue lines? Well, those are tic-tac-toes. It describes what the position of those empty spaces are. Those empty spaces are 2, 4, 6, and 8. Those are the numbers. Beta, angel, man, and heaven. And you have the corners, okay, that. And then what you have on this side here is an open space. I might have done this too quick. This side here is an open space. Okay? And it also shows, it's like something winds up a bolt and it turns it on and it squeezes all these together. It's like in a press. It's holding the heaven and the earth as one. That's why we're so close to God, and that's why when something happens, when it happens good or it happens bad, it happens right away. You have to have reason for explanation of everything. I can't explain everything to everybody. Not everybody's going to want to know, and the ones who want to know, send me a message. This is not as easy as it seems, but it's a lot easier than I've ever thought. The Magen David is the 2 worlds. It's a system where if you look at the tic-tac-toe, 1, 5, 9 crossways and 3, 5, 7 crossways is the way back up. It turns into an 8. You see, it's a highway system. It's like going around the city or getting off at an exit. There's pipelines and traveling systems designed inside the Magen David. And the crop circles that are made in the field, there's a diamond with a diamond and 4 little diamonds. Well, that's the primary sector of the Magen David. Okay? That's the honeycomb inside. And on the outside, it's showing you how the Y, sometimes Y, it breaks off or branches off. Well, there's other small Magen Davids, and they're turned sideways. And now the pipeline goes this way. And then the pipeline, but to get back home, you got to go around and up and out. You don't go straight up. You came straight down. You get buried straight down. But you go up this way. You go up either that way through the 3 position of creation, or you go up through the 1 position of spirit. And then, when you get back to heaven, the soul and the spirit become one. So what happens? Like this. Angel is 4, man is 6. The basics. We're not adding in the birth. We're not adding in anything else. 6 and 4 is 10. The 10th letter is the J letter, Jack. And there you go. Manservant. Manservant. Isn't that what it means? The Nav. The Nav is a manservant, but it also means the evil one. Christopher, okay, he had all the spades and he didn't call for the king of spades. Probably because he was one. He was looking for the 8. He was looking for heaven, the card of heaven. He wasn't looking for any other card. And they called the jack of spades the Nav. So it was in the same family. Therefore, from all my work I'm doing, I'm going to have to go on the edge now and say the jack of spades is the evil devil, and the king of spades is our God. That was his evil son, one of his evil sons, or one evil son. Anyways, it's 14 minutes. The Magen David, it creates our way home. It tells the future. You extend it, you add to it, you look deeper inside of it, the creation of the letters and numbers, Alpha, Omega, Yin and Yang. All these letters are in there. Even the I letter is in there. It's on the I letter is right there in the tracing of the X's. Do you have the capital I in this one? The capital I goes on this side of the block and this side of the block. And the fleur-de-lis, you turn it, and it tightens up. They're compressing together. The eyes get us all kept pressed together, even if we're stuck in this world. It's amazing, the Magen David of the jewel of the game called the Hebrew Jews.